Puma, the silent lord of Patagonia. Patagonia, the end of the world, where the cold winds blow through the sharp rocks and endless grasslands. It is a wild kingdom, where life and death are always waiting at every moment. In the midst of that majestic natural landscape, a slender but powerful figure weaves through each rock. That is the puma. The most ruthless and mysterious predator of this land. With its gentle gait and sharp eyes, the puma is not only the ruler, but also the embodiment of silence and wisdom in the harsh nature. On the high peak of the Torres del Paine range, where the cold wind whistles through each crevice of the rocks and the mist covers every morning, there is a graceful figure lurking. That is Inaya, a powerful female puma, the silent ruler of this harsh land. Inaya was now an adult, his smooth golden brown fur perfectly concealing him in the dry grasses of Patagonia. He had survived 2 harsh winters, honing his hunting skills and survival skills day by day. On the vast grasslands, where only the wind and the distant calls of guanacos could be heard, Inaya began a new journey of his life, searching for a companion. One afternoon as dusk fell, Inaya caught a strange scent on the tree trunks near his territory. It was the trail of a mature male puma. Although always alert, Inaya could not deny the urge. Then they met on top of a rocky ridge, where the sunset dyed the sky red. The male, with his large body and determined eyes, approached slowly. Inaya did not run away, but stood still, his eyes following every movement. After a few minutes of tentative growls, they began a delicate dance of harmony, a turning point that marked Inaya's maturity. Also living on that mountain top is the guanaco, a typical herbivore of the Patagonian region, a close relative of the camel and alpaca. With a slender figure, 1.2 to 1.3 meters tall and weighing 90 to 120 kilograms, the guanaco has a sandy yellow coat, which helps them camouflage perfectly in the harsh nature. They live in herds of 10 to 20, led by a male. When in danger, the guanaco makes a warning sound, helping the whole herd escape. Although agile, they are still the main prey of the puma, especially the young ones. The guanaco's ability to survive in arid environments, along with its role in balancing the ecosystem, has turned them into a symbol of resilience in this wild land. As time passed, Inaya felt her body changing. She carried a great responsibility, the small lives growing inside her. During the following months, Inaya moved less, prioritizing rest and hunting enough to feed herself and her soon-to-be-born cubs. She chose a small cave hidden among the rocky cliffs as her shelter. This was an ideal location, both safe from predators and with a panoramic view to observe prey from afar. One quiet morning, as the first rays of sunlight appeared, Inaya gave birth to 4 young. They were small and weak, with distinctive spotted fur that helped them hide in their natural environment. Inaya licked each baby clean, encouraging them to make their first cry, a strong signal of life in the wild. In the first days after giving birth, Inaya hardly left the cave. She cared for each baby, keeping them warm under her soft fur. Occasionally she left for a short time to hunt, but always returned as quickly as possible. Naya knew that the outside world was full of dangers, and in order for her 4 cubs to survive, she had to become the strongest and wisest mother. From the top of the mountain, she looked out at the distant horizon, where the guanacos were grazing leisurely. Her eyes were filled with determination, as if she was saying to herself, "Children, I will do everything to protect you, and one day you will grow up to become the strongest warriors of this land." At that moment, Inaya was not just a grown female puma, but had become a symbol of survival, of eternal maternal love in the harsh land of Patagonia. In the gentle afternoon sunlight on the top of the mountain, Inaya lay on a flat rock, eyes half closed but still alert. Around her, her 4 cubs were playing, taking their first steps in exploring the world. Their spotted fur stood out against the golden grasslands. One puma pounced on his brothers, pretending to be the predator, while the other 2 watched carefully from a distance. Inaya raised his eyes slightly to observe, then slowly stood up and walked down to his cubs. He began to lead them to a small area below, where the rocks obscured their view. This was the time to teach them their first important lesson in hunting. Night fell in the Patagonian mountains. Darkness filled the valleys and rugged cliffs. Above, the crescent moon glimmered through the cold mist, enough to illuminate Inaya's every step. In its jaws was the carcass of a young guanaco, the spoils of a patient hunt. Inaya entered the cave, placing the prey on the cold stone floor. The 4 young cubs immediately ran over, their eyes glowing in the darkness as they smelled the food. They eagerly surrounded them, but Inaya did not let them rush in right away. She held the prey's body tightly with her paws, letting out a low growl, as if to remind them that this was not just a meal, but also an important lesson. Time passed quietly in the majestic mountains of Patagonia. The 4 Puma pups had now grown up, their spotted fur fading, replaced by the smooth sandy yellow of their mother, Inaya. From their faltering and clumsy steps, they now had the graceful and powerful appearance of true predators. Each one had developed its own personality. The largest male, strong and confident, always led the chase. The remaining 3, 2 females and a smaller male, showed the agility and patience they had learned from their mother. When they were old enough, their survival instincts urged them to leave their mother's arms. One misty morning, Inaya stood quietly by the cliff, watching her children scatter in different directions. There were no more calls, no more head-to-head rubbing for warmth, but Inaya understood that this was the law of nature. On the grasslands at the foot of the mountain, the guanacos were still grazing leisurely. The adult Puma pups began their first hunts without their mother. They were stronger, faster, but still lacked the wisdom to complete accurate pounces. One afternoon, all 4 of them happened to reunite on the same grassland, the last time before they parted completely. The guanaco pack of more than 30 was gathering at the foot of the mountain. The puma's eyes lit up. They knelt low, waiting for the right moment. But the early lessons seemed not to be enough. When they attacked, the guanacos quickly scattered. An adult guanaco turned around and kicked a puma, almost knocking him down. The hunt failed again. As night fell, they parted ways, each going their separate ways. Though grown, the journey to becoming apex predators was still long. From above, Inaya watched them disappear behind the distant mountains. Under the moonlight, she quietly returned to her cave, where she was now all alone. Her children had grown up, and Inaya, after all, was proud to have fulfilled her role as mother. Patagonia continued to be a harsh battlefield, but now the 4 little Puma cubs were ready to write their own story in the wild. Impala, the graceful dancer of the Masai Mara grasslands. Masai Mara, a land where life and death are only a breath away. This is the arena of life and death in the wild, where calculating predators are always waiting for an opportunity. In that picture, there's a creature that at first glance seems fragile, but has a fierce vitality, the Impala. Under the bright sunlight, the Impala herd is like skilled dancers, moving gracefully on the vast grasslands. But this is not a safe play. Every step, every jump, contains the danger lurking from predators such as lions, cheetahs, or hyenas. In a world not for the weak, the Impala not only exists, but also writes a spectacular story of survival. This is not just life. This is a relentless battle where speed, instinct and solidarity decide everything. Let's embark on a journey to discover the Impala, the silent warriors of the Masai Mara grasslands. Masai Mara, an endless grassland area where scattered acacia forests and winding streams create a vivid natural picture. This is the perfect home for the Impala, an animal with excellent adaptability. With an average height of 90 to 100 centimeters and a weight of 40 to 75 kilograms, Impalas possess a slender but powerful body. Their reddish-brown fur that fades towards the belly helps them blend into the landscape, while their large ears and large eyes give them the ability to observe predators from a distance. Adult males have long, curved, crescent-shaped horns, which are both weapons and symbols of strength. Impalas not only run fast at speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour, but also make spectacular jumps, up to 3 meters high and 10 meters away, helping them escape the clutches of lions or cheetahs. They typically live in herds of 10 to 50. A survival strategy in harsh environments. Open grasslands provide an abundant source of fresh grass, while open forests and the shade of acacia trees provide ideal shelter on hot days. As herbivores, impalas can switch between grass and leaves depending on the season, thanks to their four-chambered stomachs that help them digest their fiber-rich food efficiently. Dawn is starting to tint the Masai Mara sky pink, the morning dew still clinging to the long grass blades, reflecting the sparkling light. A herd of impalas is grazing leisurely in an open field, not far from a row of low acacia trees. They move in unison, their large ears constantly flicking to catch any unusual sounds, their large eyes constantly scanning their surroundings. But this tranquility is only the surface of a harsh reality. In the shade under the trees, a cheetah is lurking, watching the impala's every move. The cheetah, its spotted coat blending into the dry grass, lay motionless like a ghost. Its sharp eyes scanned the herd, choosing its target. A young impala, standing a little further away from the herd, became the focal point. In the distance, the impala had gathered, standing and watching for a while, before quietly moving on to safer pastures. After its fill, the cheetah rested under the shade of the tree, leaving the rest for other animals like hyenas and vultures to continue using. In the Masai Mara grasslands, the cycle of nature continues, where every living thing contributes to the balance of the ecosystem. The rainy season comes to the Masai Mara, bringing with it a breath of fresh air. The first rains of the season transform the dry grasslands into a lush green carpet, providing an abundant source of food. This is also the time when the impala enters its breeding season, opening a period of competition and vitality in their lives. During the breeding season, adult males separate from the bachelor herds and begin to fight for control of the female herds. Fierce fights between males occur frequently, with the clashing of horns echoing across the grasslands. This is not just a physical battle, but also a demonstration of strength and endurance. The winning male will claim leadership of the herd, having the opportunity to mate with the females for a short time. As the rains continue to turn the grasslands green, the female impalas begin to give birth. Remarkably, most of the females in a herd give birth almost simultaneously, creating a unique survival strategy. The birth of dozens to hundreds of calves at once reduces the pressure from predators. The number of calves far outnumbers the herd's ability to hunt, increasing the herd's chances of survival. Just a few hours after birth, calves can stand up, walk, and start running. This is important because in the open grasslands, delays can make them easy targets. Initially, the female will hide her calves in the grass to avoid attention, but after a few days, the young are strong enough to keep up with the herd. The herd of impalas moves across the lush green grasslands, with the calves running happily alongside their mothers. This scene is symbolic of life blossoming after a harsh, dry season. Despite the constant danger, impala adaptations and reproductive strategies help them maintain balance in the Masai Mara ecosystem. The breeding season is not only a time of challenge, but also a testament to the resilience of impalas, creatures that know how to overcome adversity to ensure a future for the next generation. Kenya zebras, the endless journey in the Kenyan grasslands. On the vast grasslands of the Masai Mara, as the dawn gradually dispels the mist, a magical sight appears. Hundreds of zebras standing in groups, silent and full of life. Their black and white striped fur glistens under the gentle light, forming a vivid picture in the middle of the wild nature. The sound of hooves echoes, breaking the silence of the early morning. As the herd begins to move. This is not only a beautiful picture, but also a symbol of resilience. The Kenyan zebras, tireless nomads, are on an endless journey in search of life, where every day is filled with challenges and hopes. Stepping into the midst of a herd of zebras on the Masai Mara grasslands, we feel like we are lost in a living masterpiece meticulously created by nature. Their black and white striped fur is a symbol of the harmony between aesthetics and function. These unique stripes not only create a fascinating beauty, but also act as a clever camouflage. When moving together, a herd of zebras creates an optical illusion, making it difficult for predators such as lions or hyenas to distinguish each individual, making hunting more difficult. Some studies have even shown that these stripes can confuse the vision of blood-sucking flies, reducing the risk of being stung. Zebras not only have an attractive appearance, but also possess amazing characteristics that help them survive in harsh environments. With superior eyesight and hearing, they are always alert to any danger, whether grazing or drinking water. Their muscular bodies and powerful legs allow them to run at speeds of up to 65 kilometers per hour, helping them to escape from predators in time. In particular, the loud cries of zebras are not only a means of communication, but also a way for them to warn each other of impending danger. In the middle of the herd, a baby cowered close to its mother, its pale striped fur reflecting the gentle morning sunlight. Its fragile, trembling legs could not hide its immaturity, but just a few minutes after its birth, it stood up and took its first unsteady steps. Despite its clumsiness, its eyes shone with curiosity and determination, a strong survival instinct that nature has bestowed upon every living creature. Each step of the calf was an affirmation of life amidst the challenging world of the Kenyan grasslands. On the vast grasslands of Kenya, a herd of zebras began a great journey, an annual migration spanning hundreds of kilometers across the Masai Mara, where life and death go hand in hand. Under the blazing sun, the herd of zebras moved in an endless line, each step determined towards the promised land of green pastures and precious water sources. The sound of horse hooves echoed on the dry ground, blending with the harmonious breathing of thousands of lives, creating a majestic melody in the middle of wild nature. But the journey was not easy. As the zebras moved deeper into the Masai Mara grasslands, deadly golden eyes began to watch from afar. In the undergrowth, lions, the apex predators of the grasslands, crept silently forward, each step light, their muscles taut like springs ready to spring. The zebras continued to move, seemingly aware of the enemy's presence but unable to stop, for life lay ahead. Suddenly, a roar rang out, shattering the silence. The lionesses led the charge, charging out of the undergrowth. Silence returned to the grasslands as the other zebras regrouped and continued their journey. Despite the loss, the herd continues on because life in the wild never stops. The death of an individual is not just an end, but also the operation of the natural life cycle, where every life has its own role. The zebra herd's migration continues, affirming the strength of resilience and solidarity across the vast Kenyan grasslands. When the migration pauses in greener and safer pastures, the zebra herd devotes time to another important aspect of life: reproduction. This is the time when the zebra herd not only regenerates its energy, but also regenerates life itself, preparing the next generation for the endless journey across the Kenyan land. Female zebras are usually pregnant for about 12 to 13 months and only give birth to one calf at a time. Births usually occur during relatively peaceful times, when the herd has found safe shelter and abundant food sources. During the first few days, the mother zebra stays with her calf, creating a strong bond. This is important, as the calf needs to remember exactly what its mother's unique stripes are, so it can recognize them among hundreds of individuals in the herd. From the moment they are born, the calf is endowed with an incredible survival instinct. Within minutes of being born, they can stand up and walk. Their small but powerful legs helping them quickly integrate into the herd's rhythm. During the first few days, the calf is fed on its mother's milk, a rich source of energy that helps them grow rapidly. The protection of the herd also plays a key role during this period. Zebras are not just individuals, they exist in close community bonds. When a calf is in danger, the entire herd can gather to protect it from predators, a testament to the strong solidarity in nature. With each generation, the zebra herd grows stronger, passing on survival instincts and the secrets of adapting to a harsh environment. The young are not only a symbol of continued life, but also a reminder that resilience and cohesion are key to the zebra's role in the eternal cycle of the Kenyan grasslands. Among the dense trees of the Amazon rainforest, where light hardly penetrates and life is full of dangers, there is a dominant predator. It is the jaguar, the largest cat in the Americas and one of the most powerful creatures in the jungle. Not only is the jaguar a perfect predator, it is also a symbol of mystery and natural power. From silent attacks to challenging life in a harsh environment, the life of a jaguar is an extraordinary journey of survival, where every day is a story of life and death. Amazon jaguar, the ghost of the jungle. The jaguar, Panthera onca, is the largest cat in the Americas and the third largest in the world, after the tiger and the lion. The jaguar's body is designed for hunting and survival. Measuring 1.5 to 1.8 meters in length and weighing 70 to 100 kilograms, they are mobile muscle groups. Their golden fur, dotted with unique black patterns, not only makes them beautiful, but also helps them camouflage perfectly between light and darkness in the jungle. Jaguars have the strongest bite force of any big cat, enough to penetrate the skull of their prey or the hard shell of a turtle. This helps them hunt prey that other cats cannot handle. Unlike many big cats, jaguars love water. They are excellent swimmers and often hunt underwater. Jaguars are solitary animals, with each individual occupying a large territory in the Amazon rainforest. A jaguar's territory can be tens to hundreds of square kilometers, depending on sex and food sources. They mark their territory by scratching trees or leaving feces and urine to warn other competitors. Unlike lions or tigers, jaguars rarely attract attention. They move silently through the forest floor, using patience and camouflage to hunt their prey. Although they are the dominant species in the wild, jaguars are facing the threat of habitat loss due to deforestation and hunting. This has pushed them deeper into the primeval forests or closer to human settlements, causing many conflicts. The jaguar hunt is a wonderful display of calculation, patience, and strength. Jaguars are versatile carnivores, hunting everything from capybara, wild boar, deer, turtles, caiman crocodiles, to even underwater fish. This adaptability helps them survive in a volatile environment like the Amazon. A capybara is grazing on the riverbank, completely unaware that a few meters away, a dark figure is quietly lurking. The jaguar, with its sharp eyes and graceful body, advances silently. When the distance was only a few meters, the leopard suddenly rushed forward with terrifying speed. The leopard used its jaws to bite hard on the neck, ending the hunt in just a few seconds. Although living alone, leopards still seek each other out during mating season to ensure the continuation of the species. Leopards mate year-round, but usually when food sources are abundant. Males often use roars to attract females and announce their presence. After mating, the male leaves, leaving the female pregnant and raising the young herself. Gestation lasts about 3 to 4 months, and each litter has 1 to 4 cubs. Females usually choose secluded areas, such as caves or dense bushes, to give birth. Cubs are born blind and completely dependent on their mothers. During the first weeks, the mother stays with her cubs to protect them from dangers such as anacondas or other males. At about 6 months of age, cubs begin to follow their mothers on hunts, learning how to track, stalk, and attack. These lessons determine their future survival. After about 2 years, cubs leave their mothers to establish their own territories. Leopards are not only symbols of strength, but also of balance in nature. From their precise attacks to their extraordinary adaptability, they are a testament to the wonders of creation. But to keep the jaguar's roar echoing in the Amazon, we need to protect its habitat, keeping this ancient forest home to one of the planet's greatest cats. On the African savanna, the long howls of hyenas echo throughout the space. It is the gathering signal of the hunting pack, a declaration of power of the ruler in the darkness. Although misunderstood as scavengers, hyenas are actually talented hunters. as formidable as any predator on the savanna. They rely not only on opportunity, but also on collective strength and intelligence to take down their prey, becoming predators that cannot be underestimated. Hyenas do not possess the majestic appearance of lions or the great speed of cheetahs, but their strength and endurance are undeniable. An adult hyena can weigh from 50 to 80 kilograms, with lean muscles and the most powerful jaws in the animal world. A hyena's bite force is up to 1,100 pounds per square inch, enough to crush the hardest bone, allowing them to exploit every part of their prey. Hyenas live in groups, usually 10 to 80 individuals, creating a complete hunting machine. Each member of the pack plays an important role, from hunting, defending territory, to caring for their young. This coordination makes them the most dangerous hunters on the savanna. On a vast grassland, a pack of hyenas is tracking their prey, a wounded wildebeest limping behind the pack. The hyena's eyes glow in the dark. They begin to deploy their hunting tactics. The hyenas do not charge immediately. They know that their prey is wary. The pack spreads out, keeping their distance, gradually forcing the wildebeest to go in the direction they want. The younger hyenas stay behind, learning tactics from the pack. When the opportunity came, an adult hyena led the charge, charging at incredible speed, forcing the antelope to run in the opposite direction. When the antelope was exhausted, the leading hyena charged forward. With a fatal bite to the neck, it quickly ended the chase. The other hyenas quickly approached, using their sharp jaws to tear apart the prey, dividing the spoils. But even as the feast began, vigilance never waned. Some hyenas stood guard, their eyes never leaving the surrounding darkness, on the lookout for larger predators such as lions or leopards to steal the kill. Hyenas are animals that make the most of their prey. From meat, skin, to bones, everything is eaten cleanly. This not only helps them survive through difficult days, but also keeps the savanna clean, avoiding the accumulation of animal carcasses. On the savanna, hyenas not only hunt, but also face formidable opponents: lions, cheetahs, and African wild dogs. A pride of lions discovers a pack of hyenas enjoying their feast. With overwhelming numbers, the hyenas are ready to confront. Roars and howls mix, creating a fierce battle. But if they realize they are in danger of losing, the hyenas will retreat, waiting for another opportunity to steal the prey. Hyenas rely not only on numbers, but also on intelligence. They often wait until the lions are tired after a hunt to jump in and steal their meal. With patience and tactics, hyenas always find a way to gain the advantage, even against larger opponents. Under the moonlight of the African savanna, hyenas are not only opportunistic robbers, but also cunning hunters. With their powerful jaws, pack solidarity, and superior intelligence, they have asserted their position in the harsh food chain. Hyenas do not need admiration, they just need to survive, and in this wild world, that is what makes them a legend, the true predators of the savanna. Grey wolf, master of unity. When the full moon shines on the vast grasslands, a sound echoes in the quiet night, the howl of a pack of grey wolves. It is not only a call, but also a signal of strength, cohesion, and the ultimate strategy of a master hunting pack. Grey wolves, predators that symbolize unity and team spirit. No creature on the grassland can underestimate them, because wherever the howl resounds, there is the land of rulers in their own way. Grey wolves do not live alone, but exist in packs with a clear social structure. Each pack usually consists of 6 to 12 individuals, sometimes up to 30 in areas with abundant food sources. The pack is led by a pair of leaders, the alpha male and alpha female. They are the strongest, most intelligent individuals, and are responsible for maintaining order in the pack. The alpha wolf not only commands the hunt, but also protects the territory, directs movement, and makes important decisions. The other members of the pack all have specific roles. The beta wolf is often the alpha pair's right-hand man, helping to maintain discipline in the pack and assisting in hunts. The cubs are strictly protected, while the younger members learn from the adults. This harmonious coordination is the foundation that makes the grey wolf pack an invincible army. In the natural world, no predator has a perfect strategy like the grey wolf. They do not rely on individual speed or strength, but win thanks to the absolute cooperation and coordination within the pack. In front, a large herd of bison is leisurely grazing. These large, powerful beasts with sharp horns are always the biggest challenge for any predator. But for the grey wolf, that challenge only adds to the drama of the hunt. The alpha wolf silently observed, his eyes never leaving the bison herd. He recorded every move of the prey. A young calf was walking near the edge of the herd. Its legs seemed to be limping. The alpha growled softly, a signal to the pack. This was the target. The other wolves scattered, each shadow disappearing into the night, but in fact, they were forming a circle. The silence became oppressive. The bison herd was still unaware, but the fateful moment was approaching. A short howl rang out, a signal from the alpha. The strongest wolves rushed forward first, chasing the bison herd. The bison herd panicked. The adults quickly gathered to protect the calf, forming a circle of sharp horns. But this was exactly what the wolves wanted. The fastest wolves began to circle around, creating pressure that made the herd confused. They repeatedly made fake attacks, forcing the adults to leave their defensive positions. Another group of wolves lay in wait, cutting off the calf's escape route. Any attempt by the calf to escape was stopped by the leader's lightning-fast leaps. Once the calf was separated from the pack, the alpha wolf charged. With terrifying speed, it pounced on its target, its sharp teeth sinking deep into its prey's neck. The other wolves quickly closed in, holding the calf's legs and body to ensure that there was no chance of escape. Amidst the panting of the wolves and the panicked roars of the bison, the calf collapsed. Its life ended in a matter of seconds. The bison realized that all their efforts were in vain. They quietly retreated. Leaving the wolves with their spoils. Grey wolves not only hunt, but also use complex signals to communicate and maintain coordination within the pack. The howl of a grey wolf is not just an echoing sound, but a way for them to connect with each other across long distances. A howl can convey location, warn of danger, or even assert ownership of territory. When hunting, grey wolves use signals such as eye contact, posture and growls to regulate their actions. They understand each other perfectly, like a well-oiled machine. In addition to hunting, grey wolves are also excellent territorial defenders. When another wolf pack invades, the host pack will immediately respond. Confrontations between wolf packs are a display of strength and organization. Alpha members often take the lead, using threatening howls and postures to show their power. If the situation escalates, a fierce fight can occur, and the result is often death for the weaker one. Grey wolves not only survive, but also dominate, thanks to their intelligence, patience, and solidarity. They demonstrate that true strength does not come from individuals, but from the ability to cooperate and coordinate with each other. In a harsh, natural world, grey wolves symbolize the strength of community. They not only survive, but thrive, maintaining order and balance in the ecosystem, a profound lesson from nature that humans can learn from.